Shabbat Shalom. In 1897, in response to mounting evidence that Jews would never be fully accepted into European society, the first conference of the World Zionist Organization convened in Basel, Switzerland. Its goal? To establish a legally assured home for the Jewish people in the land of their ancestors. Now, in 1897, the idea of a Jewish state was nothing more than a 2,000-year-old dream. But as the founder and president of the World Zionist Organization, Theodor Herzl, later remarked, "If you will it, it is no dream." History, of course, proved Herzl correct, and this spring we celebrated Israel's 75th birthday because Herzl and countless others like him worked tirelessly to will the dream of Jewish statehood into reality. So why can't we will our other precious dreams into reality? That is the question posed to us by this week's Parsha, Ki Tetzeh, which shares a dream with us, a dream told through 72 different laws and precepts, each detailing our responsibilities toward one another. Among the first of these precepts is an adjuration to never ignore the stray livestock of a neighbor. Should we ever encounter our neighbor's missing property, lo tuchal lehit'alem, we are not permitted to remain indifferent, or, as the Hebrew from the Torah literally tells us, we may not hide from ourselves. Now, this casual reference eloquently underscores our tradition's steadfast belief that when we fail to heed our responsibilities to one another, we are in fact hiding from something intrinsic to our very souls, a dream that springs eternal within our hearts, the dream of a sacred people fashioning a just and equitable civilization in which everyone acknowledges and honors their responsibility toward their fellow human being. The Parsha continues to outline the details of this sacred vision by reminding us to care for the refugee, the widow, the stranger, and the orphan, to leave the corners and the gleanings of our harvest to the needy, and to ensure fair treatment of workers. It concludes with a very suggestive command, instructing creditors to return the pledge of an impoverished debtor before sundown, lest anyone go to sleep without the essentials they require. In so doing, the Torah reminds us of something we already know in our hearts, how much it matters to sleep soundly, with the sense of certainty that we all can arise in safety and in health the next morning. Even our nighttime prayer, Hashkivenu, asks God for a Sukkat Shalom, a shelter of peace, to protect us as we sleep. But for too many Angelinos, the thought of a safe night's sleep is little more than a dream, sabotaged by the scourge of homelessness that haunts our city. Each night, more than 75,000 residents of Los Angeles, children and adults alike, go to sleep with nothing more than the night sky to protect them, with no way to escape the heat, with no means to elude the rains, with no door to lock out the threats of the nighttime world. In short, without the essentials they require. And we know just how inconsistent this is with our tradition's teachings. We know this because we feel it here. Each time we rationalize the pervasive homelessness in Los Angeles. Each time we look away from the unhoused we meet in the city or along the freeway exits. Each time we hide from ourselves. And we're not the only ones who feel it. When preteens at Stephen Wise prepare to become bar or bat mitzvah, we ask them to plan and conduct an act of tikkun olam, something that repairs the world little by little. And when I have the opportunity to sit down with students, I like to ask them, if you could change one thing about our city and our world tomorrow, what would it be? And 9 out of 10 times, the answer is always the same. If our teens could change one thing about our world tomorrow, then everyone would have a home. Nor do they stand alone in their conviction. This weekend, faith communities across Los Angeles are dreaming, united under the banner of LA Voice, a multiracial, multi-ethnic coalition of faith communities across our county. Priests, pastors, imams, and rabbis alike are writing and preaching about a Los Angeles in which home is sacred, in which everyone can enjoy a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. Because, like our teens, all people of religion share the same dream, one written plainly in our shared teachings, but also inscribed upon our hearts. The dream of a world in which everyone acknowledges and honors their responsibilities toward their fellow human being. A world in which everyone enjoys the safety and the comfort of a home. By committing ourselves to inspiring relentless imagination, as well as petitioning for ambitious legislation, our partners at LA Voice believe that we might finally set forth on the path toward realizing our shared dream. And you can help by connecting with Rabbi Stern and our Center for Tikkun Olam to support our veterans' housing initiatives or to support the Home is Sacred campaign. Now, to be perfectly honest, I can't say what steps must be taken to realize this dream from our tradition. I don't know. And I do know that there will always be those who say it cannot be done. But I also know something else. In 1897, few people had any idea what it would take to build a Jewish state. And fewer still believed that it could ever be accomplished. But against all odds, through conviction and dedication, our people willed a 2,000-year-old dream into reality. And I have to believe that we can do it again. We just need to remember that if we will it, it is no dream. Shabbat Shalom.